Hello everyone. So let's get welcome to day 16 of our 100 days of DevOps journey. Okay, and today let's get it is another topic related to the containerization, and it is very essential. So let's get started with it. Today we'll be discussing Docker images. If you have been wondering that what Docker images are, how they work, why they are so crucial, so this video I think would be very helpful for you guys. We'll cover all the we'll cover most of the standard practices and everything today. So yeah, with some demo obviously. So let's begin. So first of all, what are Docker images? Okay, what are Docker images? If we think, I think if a Docker image is just like a cake recipe. Okay, you get the recipe, add all the ingredients according to it, and then your cake is ready. Okay, a step, follow the steps. Okay, and similarly, Docker images are also the recipe, so that we can create a container. Okay, earlier you have seen I have been using, like in past week, what are the Docker images that I have been using. Okay, here, so Docker images we used. So there are this one, what is like Ubuntu, then BusyBox is not very convenient. So container images we have used. Okay. So what are the different container images that we have used? Okay, let's start with it. We have used Ubuntu, Ubuntu, BusyBox. Okay, then BusyBox and what are different Nginx we have used. Okay, then uh, there is yesterday we have used WordPress and MySQL. So if you have seen those videos, you might have understood there is to run a container, we need a Docker image. Okay, we need a container image. So what exactly is container image? Okay, let's just understand with that. Like here, it is a let us say this is okay. Yeah. So this is the image, container image, or for example, ISO file. Okay, ISO file. What is ISO file? We have by using which we have created our VM. Okay, virtual machine. Any OS is it is a bundle of package, bundle of required software that is yeah. So let me start my machine. Let's, in the meanwhile it is getting started, so let's jump to our whiteboard. Where did it go? Yeah, so this one. Close this. So here we have seen this our image ISO is basically, it has like all the recipe, it is just like a recipe of the container, as well as it has one more thing, it has all the ingredients as well. Okay, so there is, these are all the data which are available. Okay, now let's when we use this command docker run, uh, docker run to docker run to check. So docker, it will take this reference from this particular recipe and creates a container, docker container. Okay, so that's how the ISO image is working. Let's see if our machine is started or not. So opening the terminal. Okay, okay, it is started. So let me just show you. I have docker ps-a, there is no container running. So there is one more thing, if you can see, in docker just run docker help, and here you can see in the management command like images. Okay, so these are the this command is used to manage images. So let's just check that command as well, docker image -h. So image, then we have uh, build history, import, inspect, load, ls, and everything. So there is this command, docker images. So docker images will list all the images which are currently available in your system. Okay, so let's just move quickly. Docker image ls and docker images, both are the same commands. Okay, then moving ahead, let's just see like docker history. Okay, docker history ubuntu. So it will show where we have installed, like add this particular file they have added. Okay, in this, and the size, and at what particular step they have created, and they have added which thing. So this is the history command. Then there is inspect command. Okay, inspect is like just like the same. So what is this cmd? It will start who is the host domain name. Then there is this id of the image name and tag. Also there are so there are multiple different things over here. You can see what are the env they have passed on, working directory, what working directory do they have. So these are some of the commands. So let's just say, let's just continue, consider. Okay, we have docker run -it -dit. Okay, dit, detach mode, run, name would be soro. Okay, rm, and name Zoro rm, and where were we? Yeah, let's just see Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu. We have started this container, or I just use this. We have started this container. Okay, Docker ps-a. So all the One Piece fans just start for the analogy here. We are starting with the analogy, so let's get started with that. So we have this Zoro container running. Okay, so we all know that how Zoro is. If any of the One Piece fan is watching this right now, so Zoro, what are the capabilities of Zoro? So and let's do that. Okay, Docker exec hyphen it exec hyphen it, which would be Zoro, and here we have Zoro and bash. Okay, so suppose here we have created this container. Okay, then we have we'll just install, like we do not have ping command over here. Okay, ping command is not available. So what we'll do, apt update -y apt install -y ip utils ping. Let's do that. So we have provided Zoro the instructions, okay, directions, what to do, where to go. Okay, but this is Zoro, so let's just see what will happen with that. So here, okay, let's just see ping 172.17.1.0.1. It is pinging, so we have created this container. Then again it is Zoro, so name Zoro Mossad, sorry, Mossad. Okay, so what will Mossad do? We have created this container, so what will Mossad do? He will just forget everything. Okay, ping, so does not have any capabilities over here. So that's how the configurations are right now. So this is how it is. Okay, so what do we want over here? Okay, like we already have one container, which is docker ps-a. Two containers which are running right now. It is Zoro and this is Mossad. So in Zoro we have provided the directions. Okay, we have provided directions. So how can we save that? Well, what we'll do, docker commit Zoro as Zoro Zoro dot okay, Zoro straw hat, or like straw hat, what, pirate hunter, right? Pirate hunter. We have saved Zoro pirate hunter here. So let's check. So docker, what happened over here is docker images, we have this Zoro pirate hunter as an image currently available. So let's get started. Docker run hyphen and dit name, it would be pirate hunter and Zoro pirate hunter. There is hyphen rm. Okay, so docker, so pirate hunter is also running right now. Docker exec hyphen it pirate hunter bash. So here ping 172.168.17.0.1. So yeah, it is pinging. Okay. So hopefully this time we sent Usopp with him, so he didn't forget the path. Usopp saved. There is one meme. Usopp saved 200 filler episode in Alvesta Saga. So you should go and watch. It is a must-watch anime. And anyone who says it is very long, so that's how long our Taiwab journey would be. So stay together. How long it would be long, and it would be interesting also. So yeah. So we have our Docker images available. Okay. So let's just start over here. Docker, Docker image history. For which image? Zoro pirate hunter. So here here it is just carrying forward the history of that particular image. Only here bin bash, this part is currently has been added. So this is the Ubuntu image. By default it is the Ubuntu image, and this is one layer. So Docker image works in layer format. Okay, it creates layer over layer, like whichever configuration, whichever command you have run, so it will create it as a layer, and then build on top of it. So it is very interesting, and it is a very useful capability. So if I just check docker image inspect, so here you can see uh, what is the base image, Ubuntu. In here Ubuntu is the base image. Okay, then there is this cmd bash. Cmd bash bin bash is inherited from the Ubuntu image. Okay, hostname, this earlier in earlier image you might have seen hostname was not available. Then this label Ubuntu image, base image is Ubuntu on here at this level, and the hostname, domain, user, everything is like just like this. Okay, so docker image inspect, let's just Ubuntu. So here in so hostname is not available. Okay, hostname is not available, and this image is some kind of hash file of that particular of any particular they have created in their lab or something like that. Okay, so this is how it is different. But there is one catch over here. So suppose you have created one image from this commit tag. Okay, there is, what is the issue over here is, like if I just run history, so it will show me the commands that you have run in the previous image from in the previous container. Okay, in the previous container in which from which you have created this particular image. Okay, so that's why this is not very recommended part, but if you have done some ad hoc changes in a container, so you can store them using this commit part. And there is so there is another way to do that. Let's just explore that now. Okay, so here you have seen docker images and docker tag. So yeah, one more thing that I want to explain over here is, so here this is the repo name, repository name. Okay, and this is the tag. Okay, so right now if wait a minute, cat dot docker slash etc, cat slash etc slash docker ls, let's go first, ls hyphen a. I think the configuration file is not available right now. Okay, that is fine. So here currently it is in local repository. Okay, local repository like localhost, something like that. So this image is currently in local repository. This is the repo name, and this is the tag. Every time just provide a tag so that you can know which tag has what functionality available in it. So this is the docker image part. And now let's just begin with, so we have checked how a brief how can we save container in a particular format. Okay, and so why do we need container images? Suppose there is like one environment. Okay, docker image provides consistency. Consistency is the basic thing, the basic thing that that docker images provide. Okay, so how does it provide consistency? Suppose there is one developer developing like development team creates a custom node.js docker image. Okay, custom image. So they have all they know all the configuration on which their program, the program that dev team has created would run. Okay, they know all the configuration. So what they do, they store all that configuration in a container image, and that image can be deployed in dev, test, or production, any environment. So the functionality would be similar in each of the environments. Okay, in each of the environment the functionality would be similar. So that's what docker images are used for. Okay, so and every time if you have to install if you have to configure your docker images, then that is not that will destroy the purpose of this containerization. Okay, containerization is used for rapid deployment, and it is very fast and very small. Okay, so effort is very minimal in that. So that's how that's why we use this containerization. So we have seen how to create docker images right now using the commit command, but it is not very what we can say not very convenient option. So how can we create that? Let's just say mk, I'll create one file over here. Okay, mkdir day 16. So this, okay, we have day 16 available, or ls 100 days or day 4. So I'll just 1 minute mv day 16 to 100 days. Okay. cd 100 days day 16. So here we are. So there is one file called docker file. Okay, touch docker file. Okay, so what is this docker file used for? So vim docker file. So we are in the docker file right now. So just like we have created a container. Okay, so we have created a container using Ubuntu. So it is like from Ubuntu. Okay, it is some kind of, it is just like a coding part, but it is very simple language. So we are like we are creating an inventory list. Okay, we are creating an inventory list like to get all those ingredients. So yeah, from Ubuntu. Okay, and what command that we have run? Then there is run apt update hyphen y. Okay, then run apt install ip utils ping. then -y. So this is how it is, it would be like. So if we just, so we have created this docker file, cat docker file. We have this docker file available. So what we'll do, we'll just name it something like so how can we build it? So docker build, okay, -t means tag. We have to provide a tag. Let's just say usop, hmm, usop sogeking. So tag is sogeking, name is usop, and then current directory. Okay, so it will build it. Touch index.html. Okay, this particular file, vim index.html. I have created this file. Okay, then we have what was that, doc type, right? In that index.html. I think doc type. Okay, doc type html. So we have this doc type html available with us. Just a moment. Yeah, then we have the html uh, slash html. Okay, heading 1. And let's just type like welcome to day 16 of 100 days DevOps. Okay, so this is our opening sentence. So I have created this. Okay, but this is just, so this is some kind of file that we have created. Okay, then how can we import it to the docker file? How can we import it to the container? Okay, we cannot like we can create the container, then copy it in the container. Okay, but it won't work that way. Okay, it won't. So first of all, I actually have one more thing. So let's just go to vim docker file. Suppose here we don't want this particular software. Okay, -y apache 2, apache 2. Okay, we have seen, we have used this. We want apache 2. Okay, but there is one thing, apache 2, let's just say we create it. Okay, let's just create using like, so we can say nami red burglar. Burglar. What is the spelling of burglar? Yeah, I was corrected the first time. Yeah, sorry for that. So you might be, yeah. So nami cat burglar we have created. Okay, so here you might have seen, here you can see using cache. Okay, from where is it using the cache? If you recall, if you recall this history, so here we have installed. Okay, here in software king, here we have installed. So it built layer by layer. So right now it is building on the available layer. Okay, it is building from the cache itself. So it is very convenient when it comes to multi-level build or something like that. So it is very convenient with that. So okay, so we have created this cat burglar nami. So let's just start docker run hyphen, I'll just say it rm, and it would be like nami cat burglar. So here we have started. By default our cmd, or the cmd means the executable command, it is bin bash. Okay, executable script that we need in the container, so it is bin bash. So it opened the terminal itself. So right now just let's check on this. So we have like apache should be available, apache 2 ctl status. So it wants some kind of this particular functionality. So it is running on, it is running, but it is running on localhost. Okay, we don't I don't know if we have this netstat. Netstat is also not available. So let's just see apache. Apache is currently running in this particular container, but we cannot access it since why not? It is 80. It is running on port 80, but we haven't exposed it. So how would we do that? There is one more thing here, VM docker file that we need to add. What is it? It would be expose. Okay, expose port 80, since port 80 is our default port, so we'll be exposing it. Okay, so now uh, build it. Okay, so here you can see it has taken it from the cache. Okay, it has taken it from the cache, and within due to that within a second it the container has been created. So let's just run on, and here we have hyphen p. We'll be running it on port 8080 and 80. So let's just check. 1 minute, let me just open my Mozilla. There we go. Okay, so we have service 192.168 8.8. So right now it is not running. Okay. Why is it? Because there are some of the Apache to CTL start. Let's check if it will work. Yeah, it is working. Okay. So earlier it didn't get started, so that's why we were not able to access it. So how would we do that over here? We have started this particular container. So pq, okay, docker ps, yeah. So elastic newman. I should have kept the name Luffy for that. Elastic newman. So that is fine. Let's do that. So right now it is working well. So suppose if we don't want this particular this this particular web page, we want our custom web page. So how would we do that? There is also one step over here. Let's go back to our docker file and just copy what we have. Copy dot means current directory in which the docker file is kept, and dot, it is the directory where we want to keep it. But where do we want to keep it? Okay, so we want to keep it like work dir, working directory, where what would be the working directory, where www then html. So this would be our working directory. So we want to keep this index.html in our working directory. Okay, so let's just keep it, close it, and build it. Like now let's just see Sanji cook. So what is it doing? It is right now okay, that is because we have changed. 1 minute, let's just not do that, it will take some time. We have added copyright and work dir. So suppose if you are running copy command, you should specify if you want to copy it in a particular location, you should specify work dir before copy command. Okay, so here www html, and let's go. So yeah, now it built quickly. Why so? Because it took the cache. So if you change the order of the layer, it might also impact the cache. Okay, so let's just build docker run. I'll just use dit. Name would be Barathi, curly eyebrows. Then we have Sanji cook. Okay, so let's see. So right now if we go 9090, so it is not working. We know why it is not working. So let's just docker exec -it exec -it. We want Barathi to Barathi bash. Okay, or rather than yeah, let's just start with bash. Okay, and here we are. So we have our docker so we have our index.html, but docker file is also get copied. So we don't want others to, like, if someone install our run this container and see what steps that we have taken to create this container, and might be try to find some loophole in this. Okay, so we don't want that. So before going there, let's just start. Okay. Mm-mm. So it is working, right? So that's how it will work. Suppose if let's just say if I want to run this particular uh, I'll just go out in that. There is one more. So we have validated where so we have set up the working directory, so we landed in the working directory itself directly. Okay, and there is we have checked where are all the files in the container. So we have this index.html and docker file, both of them are available. Suppose if you don't want to run it, suppose you want to run it on any another port. Okay, any another port you want to run. So how would you do that? So there is this cat/etc. We know that all the configuration files are currently in this file, currently in this location, ports.conf. Okay, so this says port 80 is currently running on. So if I change it, okay, let's just change, but it will get crashed. I know that. So it won't be accessible if I just add like 8080 port over here. So let's just go out over here and check it. Suppose I have made some kind of changes. Suppose I have made kind of like in index.html we have added some more code. H2, this is a H2 code. So this is my Apache web server image. Okay, so this is what I want to add. So we can still copy it there, mount it there. There are so many ways, but suppose it is some kind of configuration file. Okay, so what I'll do here is mkdir web.d. So I'll just keep everything in this web.d, and I'll keep mkdir. I'm creating one more file, mkdir conf.d. Okay, so this is the configuration file. So what I'll do, I'll just move this index.html in my web.d. Okay, and in conf.d, here let me just copy this. In conf.d, I'll create ports.conf and paste it over here. I want to run this container like 8080. I want to run it on port 8080. So here I have created this file. Okay, we have lsconf.d, cat conf.d port. So we have everything in here, and then cat web.d index.html. Okay, so we have data over here as well. So let's just create another version, and I don't want my docker file to be inside that particular file. So what I can do here is I can create a new file where right now here in this current directory we have docker file. So where there is docker file, just create one more file, ifconfig.docker ignore, just like git ignore we create. Okay, docker ignore will just, oh sorry, not ifconfig, sorry, vim docker ignore. So what are the file names that I don't want? For sure I don't want my docker file. Okay, then similarly I don't want my docker ignore in that, or any kind of like cache, some kind of log files, json file. So the container image, if you keep the container image as small as possible, then what will happen, it will be very much faster. The bigger the image, the larger the size of that image, or we can say storage footprint, the larger the footprint, the slower the container will get. Okay, so yeah, so we created our ls-a, our docker ignore is also created, docker file is also created, and yeah, let's just go vim docker file. So now in the in this part, so here I want which file I want here to be copied. So I want web.d. Okay, all files from web.d to be copied in this location. Okay, and there is one more file which I want to get copy, which I want to copy over here is like there is. So you can anytime if you want to check where I'm just using those tags, so just go docker file. Yes, docker file documentation. Here the first link you click, or docker file anywhere, just go to your docker docs, docker file overview, and everything you can find it over here. So from image, then run work dir copy cmd. So this is what they'll provide to you. Okay, then there is this particular command, There you go. Docker file build overview. Docker build overview it is. Docker build overview. And build context. I don't want to check that. I actually am interested in like here this Docker file references. Okay. So here add a local file or a remote file. Add directories. Okay. Add local or remote files and directories. Uh, or remote, then copy specified default this copy files and directories. Okay, so this part is for add if there is some kind of like a package, okay, a zip file or a tar file that you have, and in that there is all the bundles that you want to copy. So add command can be used in that scenario. Okay, if you just add that tar file and the target location, just put it there and it will unzip. So there is some, if you can just go over here. So yeah, keep git directory. Okay, git directory, checksum, chown, chmod, exclude. So there are some of the commands over here that you can use. So http, like if you want to add some file from some archive, some what we can say, there is artifactory. Okay, git repository artifactory, here git repo, you want to clone a git repo in this. So here add is used there, and there is this. There are multiple use cases where add is used, and there is this copy command. So it is in interviews they ask very and they ask that where do we use add and where do we use copy. So copy is basically to copy file, it is in your local system and you want to copy it in your container, so that is simple copy. But add has some additional functionalities, like here you can see checksum they have provided. Okay, then they have like where did it go, chown and copy, it has two forms. Okay, so copy later from, like in add you can, yeah, from chown. So in multi-stage build this copy command would be used. Then there are parent and other things, so you can anytime use these files. So refer this documentation. Okay, it is very and wherever you just get stuck, just search over here, just search on Google and try to find answers yourself. Okay, that will help you to learn very well and grow. It will help you to grow. So here I have added this particular file. Suppose if I have some kind of if I had some kind of git repository. Okay, there is one web application, so I can directly use add command, my git repository, and the source destination, the destination. Okay, source and destination. Okay, so that would be very much convenient. So where do I have to put this file? So local directory conf.d ports.conf. I have to copy only this file, ports.conf, to where etc/apache 2 slash conf.d, and what was that file? ports.conf. ports.conf. Okay, so this is the file where I have to. So suppose you want to take a quick look in this port.conf, ports.conf, default.conf. This is this is the path. Okay, so yeah, and now we have made it port 8080. So keep it port 8080. And earlier we have to manually start the Apache container, so which we don't want. So there is one command over here, like apache to ctl uh, -d. Okay, hyphen foreground. Okay, so it will this particular command, it will just start the Apache container on our behalf. Okay, at the time of starting. So we have created this, just let's say docker file get cat. Okay, everything is in here. So let's just say docker build luffy -t luffy Mugiwara and dot slash, oh, copy failed, oh webdd, no worries, mv webdd into this. Let's just build again. So everything over here is done. Let's just start docker run -it, just say -dit, name gom 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 no mi. Okay, and then luffy Vivara. RM port would be, so there is one trick also. So here if I just put capital P, okay, so it will directly check here in the image this port and assign any random available port from the system. Okay, if I put capital P over here, so let's run it. I think, yeah, everything is there. So docker ps-a, this here 32768. Okay, this particular port is assigned to our container, so 92.168, and then I have created. So yeah, it is started. Okay, it is working very well. So that's how you can use container images to configure your. And if I just configure it using anything, okay, if I can add I can create n number of containers using this particular image. Okay, so right now it is very simple. We can we can add some kind of programmatic like PHP to check the IP of the container or something like that. We can use that, or Python script to check OS and other. So that would be very much convenient. So here this is for local repository. So we already have seen like Docker Hub. Okay, then there are some repositories. So container registries are we'll just check tomorrow. Okay, it is so I hope you enjoyed this session and start watching One Piece. Okay, watch it before it gets end. Okay, so it is very interesting thing. And but only just don't forget everything and binge watch it. Okay, watch anime, watch One Piece, and yeah, watch because One Piece is like our series would also be like One Piece. It would be long if you have the excuse that uh, this One Piece is very long. Why do we watch? So our series also will be very long, and it would be interesting as much. Okay, so let's thank you all. So let's connect tomorrow. So have a nice day. Bye.